y'all? It's your girl Katia, aka Mariama May, and I am back again with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, first, thank you so much for returning to my channel, supporting your girl. If you are new, welcome to the May Gang. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so as you can see by the title, this is going to be a new series that I'm starting on my channel called Talk About It Tuesday, in which I will basically be bringing up a topic
and we are going to talk about it. We can talk about it in the comments section down below, your different opinions. The idea was actually sparked from my cousin Jose, so shout out to you, Jose, love you so much. And he gave me the idea that to basically just like talk about certain topics and get into different discussions regarding these different topics. So I will be talking about controversial topics, not really huge into politics, but I'll talk about like controversial topics as well as just like day-to-day things, maybe celebrity stuff. Not really like gossip, but just kind of like what would you do in these type of situations, type of thing.
So this Tuesday, we are going to be talking about abortion. So this is like a very touchy topic for a lot of people for many different reasons, for different situations that they've been through in life. But as you know, this is my channel, okay? So this is a safe space. I will respect y'all opinions. You gonna respect my opinion, okay? So by definition, I'm really like shook that I don't know where I put my notebook at for YouTube, like for my YouTube ideas and stuff, because I did some research just to, you know, back up my opinion or whatever. So I was raised in a Christian-based home. So as you already know, I have those Christian values. Now, some people don't really have Christian values that claim Christianity in regard to abortion. So, with Christian-based values, I don't believe that abortion is right. So, abortion by definition is the deliberate termination of a human pregnancy, usually within the first 28 weeks. So, upon my research, I was just seeing that like a baby's heartbeat can be heard at about 5 weeks. So to me, like it's just not right. It's murder to me, honestly, it really is. So a lot of times people use different like arguments for abortion, like what if it was in the case of rape, what if it was in the case of just all these types of situations, abusive relationship, rape. Like, to me personally, there is no excuse for abortion. You know what I'm saying? Like, wrong is wrong if everybody does it, and right is right if nobody does it. Me personally, no, I have never had an abortion. I've never been pregnant, so I've never been in that position. I've never been, you know, raped, you know, so I cannot speak for those people. However, I can speak for myself as a single woman with Christian values. Like, that is how I'm speaking. So as a woman that never had to really go through that stuff, but like I said, so in the first, like with the fetal development in the first 5 weeks, like if you can hear a heartbeat in the first 5 weeks, I know people are getting pregnancies like aborted well after 28 weeks. So you can get an abortion up to like 6 months, 8 months. Like, that is a full-blown baby. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, I don't care who says what, unless God himself come down and say it's okay. Like, to me, it's just blatant murder. Like, comment down below what your thoughts are about abortions. It's like kind of my take on abortion is that it's just completely wrong. In the event of rape, I could see where it's like, wow, like this was just completely wrong. Like, I was really like taken advantage of, and now this is a result of my pain, of my past that I've been through. But for me personally, it's like, why do you have to like kill the baby? Like, there are so many different ways. Like, you can give the child up for adoption, and then people are like, well, the foster care system is wrong and it's messed up and da 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 da. But like, stealing that child's future is messed up. Like, that's wrong. Like, yes, what happened to you is completely wrong. Like, I'm never for rape, never for assault, never for molestation, but like, you are like stealing a child's future. Like, that could be somebody's husband, that could be somebody's You know, it could be the future president. It could be the one that comes up with a cure for just, you know, different things. Like, or I would say a pacifier, because I don't really know how I feel about, like, I believe God has a cure for sicknesses and illnesses. I think that medication pacifies, but that, you know, that could be another something that we talk about. I really don't believe that medicine cures anything, because if it did, why do I have to keep taking it? Why do I keep having to, you know, re-up on medications? Why do I have to continuously going if this is supposed to be the cure for it? Why do I have to keep taking it? Cure me, okay? Heal me. But I just am really not for abortion. Like, it really is unfortunate situation, especially in the case of rape, but every situation is not the case of rape. Like, let's be real, let's get into it, let's talk about it. What was you doing last Valentine's Day with that boy? What was you doing? Were you being responsible? Now, I'm not for contraceptives either. I'm not for birth control. I'm not for that stuff. Like, if you do that, that's on you. That ain't me. I'm not for that. However, there are different ways to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? So why are you killing a child and killing a baby? And people may say, like, oh, it's just an embryo. And people just give so many excuses just to do wrong. And, like, you feel how you feel. I might lose subscribers for this. I might gain subscribers. But honestly, my opinion is my opinion. I'll respect yours. You respect mine. We can agree to disagree. But, like, seriously though, like, a lot of the times I feel like people get pressured into abortions from baby daddies that don't want to be daddies. You yourself don't want to take on that responsibility of a child because you might feel like you're not ready yet. So to me personally, that's just like a lack of responsibility. If you're not personally ready to take care of a child, then baby, maybe you don't need to be opening your legs up to the world. And then in the case of rape, like I said, I respect that. There was nothing that you could do. It don't matter if it was dressing, whatever. People give excuses to assault women, which is wrong. Or even women, you know, raping men. That's a real thing too, and you get pregnant from that. But the point is, like, aside from rape and just in the case of being responsible, like, sometimes people literally are just not being responsible. It applies to sex. Like, don't try to say, like, oh, it's not really a baby, or invalidate a child's life because of you being irresponsible. Like, oh, you're not ready yet for a child, it's going to pause your future, or he not ready to be a father, or da-da-da-da. So, like, sometimes they're pressured into abortions, or sometimes, like I said, it's a lack of responsibility. And a lot of the times, if we're just being real, even parents sometimes pressure their children into abortions, like, which is just all around, it's just wrong. It's like being pressured into murdering a child to me. Like, you can comment down below, you can put in your research, because I did some research too, and like they say, like I said, like, a lot of people say it's not really a child yet. They always try to make an excuse. It's an unborn child. Like, well, then let's get into the definition of a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's really get into it. Like, that's the type of person I am. I'm very detailed. I like research. I like to know my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my notebook with me. I really don't know where it is. I don't feel like there's really an excuse for it. I know that with giving birth and bringing life into the world, it is life-changing, but that's how God created it. That's how God made it to be. For married people, that's gonna be, you know, issues in the comments too, but honestly, I'm ready for it. Like, it just is what it is. Like, it's for parents to raise their children. Like, that's what, you know, that's how it's supposed to be done. Now, you being irresponsible and, you know, tooting it up and not handling your business, not taking birth control, not using protection, and you get pregnant and you don't want that responsibility of a child, for you to murder that child or to get an abortion at, I don't care how many weeks, at 5 weeks you can hear a child's heartbeat, and you feel like that's okay just because the law says it's okay to take that child's life, especially some of the ways that abortion is done. It's not right to me personally. I'm not in agreement with it. But like I said, leave y'all comments down below. Let me know some of y'all thoughts. story times. Like I said, I'm not gonna bash you if you did abortion, because even with abortions, a lot of the times women, I feel like they feel guilty, or they think about, you know, the child that they could have had, or even some stories, I think like in a nursing home my mom worked, or my granny, like this lady, I think she had gotten a couple abortions, and like she was like basically just, I don't want to call it being haunted, but basically being like feeling like she could hear babies crying and stuff like that, like in her old age. So like I feel like people that go through those things, like they go through them, and then there's a sense of guilt, there's a sense of shame, there's a lot of regret with abortions that happen, and I just think it's just not good. It's not good for your mental health, it's not good on your body, it's not good for the child whose life has been taken. And then even in some cases it's selfishness. Like there might be a bitter baby mama that, you know, is feeling some type of way because she's not with her baby daddy no more, so she aborts the child. Like there are people who are not able to have children that are infertile, and you were able to, and you're killing the baby that God blessed you with, you know what I'm saying? Or like you got the case of bitter baby mamas, you got the case of a mother who's selfish, that doesn't want to, you know, go through the pregnancy and have the child, even if the dad is willing to take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so much. It's like, well, it's her body and she's going through it, and da 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 da. But like, you can literally get an abortion up to 8 months pregnant. I don't care, like I said, I don't care if it's 5 weeks, 28 weeks, the full 40 weeks. Like it's just wrong. It's just not right to be able to just kill a child all because you don't want to go through the pregnancy. Well, if you didn't want to go through the pregnancy, why would you, you know, open it up? You know what I'm saying? Like keep your legs closed if you're not ready to have a child, or be responsible. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not for contraceptives, but I'm definitely not for like taking a life, you know, murdering. So like be responsible, figure it out, or just altogether keep your legs closed until you're ready to have a child. Like I said, in the event of rape, that's completely different. So don't try to take certain clips and, you know, add your own spin. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like some of my thoughts about it. Selfish baby mamas, like I said, just a lot of the times I feel like it's just selfishness. Like if you don't want the child, go through it, go through the pregnancy, go through, you know, I want to say go through the motions, but go through it and let somebody else have a child. Let somebody else adopt a child that's infertile and they're trying and they can't do it. Or go through, you know, give your child up for adoption. Like if you really want to be that selfish as to like killing the baby is the only way, or even shame. Like a lot of the times it might be the shame of, oh, I'm 16 and pregnant, or I'm 14 and pregnant, or I'm in high school and I'm pregnant, you know, I'm the popular girl and I got pregnant with this guy's baby and he wants me to kill it, my parents wants me to kill it. Like I don't know who's watching this video, but don't do it. Like it's literally not worth it. Like children are a joy. Like they bring so much joy into your life. That's why, like for me personally, like whenever I do have a child or do have children, like God forbid I miscarry my child, but I would never, ever, ever in my life get an abortion. Like it just is not happening. So I would just encourage you, like, think about you know what I'm saying, in your life. Like maybe you might not feel like your life is so perfect or whatever, but you're here and you're making it. Like you're doing the thing. Like yes, you might be pregnant, oh, you might feel shame, but it's going to be worth it for you to keep that child alive. And if you feel like you cannot do it, there are other ways. Like and then people might think of like the hurt that, oh, my mom didn't want me. Like yes, everybody's gonna go through trauma, everybody's gonna go through hurt, because Jesus went through it. So we are never gonna be exempt from suffering ever in this life, especially if you are a Christian. Just expect that. But like it'll be worth it. Like we'll get through it. Your child will get through it. Like they'll heal. There's healing in God. Like they'll get through it, but it's definitely not worth it to kill your child, your baby. You know what I'm saying? And then like for the parents, it's like just different cases for abortion. Like sometimes it's forced, and I just feel like even with I had seen this thing about Nicki Minaj, how one of her songs, she was talking about her abortion and how I think there was like regret in that, you know what I'm saying? Like just really think before you, God forbid, get an abortion or do something like that, because it's just not worth it. You're just going to be regretting, or you're going to be thinking about what could have been, or you might just be haunted by that. But the good thing, I will say, with God, if you choose to live for him, is that like that sin and that guilt, like, oh, you may not forget it, but if you give your life over to God, like he will put that in the sea of forgetfulness. Like that's behind him. If you repent and you live for him, like there is hope. You know what I'm saying? There's hope in Christ Jesus. And I hope that, you know, that gives you hope for something that it's just not worth it. Like please, like do not do that to your child. Do not do that to the baby. There is a way. There's a way out. There's family members that might watch your baby. There's adoption. You can try to find a good place to adopt. You could do like, you know, adoption where maybe you could visit your child sometimes. They can see you sometimes, but you're just not able to. And maybe once you go through the labor and delivery, that you like, this is my baby and I'm willing to work. I'm willing to put in the work. But even as far as like high school students, like God forbid, I could not imagine, you know, being pregnant in high school, like, and feeling that guilt or feeling that shame, because there is a natural shame that comes with pregnancy outside of marriage. Like everybody might not admit it, but there are some women that I have actually, you know, heard, or one woman in particular, that there is a shame that comes with being pregnant and not being married. And I truly believe that just comes from God. Like he meant for that to be a sacred thing. So I don't know if this video is gonna cut out or not, but I would say I just cannot imagine. Like I personally just couldn't imagine like being pregnant in high school, like the shame and just the shame from your parents, like just so much. But may it not be too much for you to like take your child's life. Like that child will be worth it. Whatever happens with it, it will be worth it. Like say the baby father, y'all don't end up being together, God forbid, or maybe might come around full circle, but just think about your life. Be responsible. Like if you don't want a baby, prepare to, you know, keep your legs closed. Really, that's what you really need to be doing, especially in high school if you ain't married. Even in college, like if you don't want to have a child, then you need to be responsible and do the things that you got to do to not have a child. You don't have to have an abortion. So on Let's Talk About It Tuesday, y'all know how I feel. Like God, he's just not for murder. So, and then one of the greatest commandments, like he said, is love your neighbor as yourself. Like I said, I come from a Christian-based home with Christian, like my mother is like a Christian matriarch of my home, and she raised me to be a classy woman with values. So I would say like that's my foundation, is that first in the Old Testament, you know, thou shalt not kill, and then in the New Testament, he said, love thy neighbor as thyself. Like, would you want somebody to kill your baby? No, you wouldn't. Would you want somebody to kill your niece or your nephew? Like, just think of all the valuable people that you have in your life. Like, what if somebody was aborted? Like, we could be missing somebody in our life that we didn't even know it because they were just snatched from us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be missing my best friend, my real best friend. You know, somebody that's not going to hurt me, trade against me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. Like, literally, just imagine how many lives we are missing. Over millions of lives just because of someone's selfish decision. A lot of the times it's selfishness. But like I said, those are just my videos. This is just like my first Talk About It Tuesday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and without further ado, over and out.